T3 Media.
All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Talking to the Media. T3 Media is a movie news show and channel by fans for fans. We're going to talk about, some of the things in movies and TVs and entertainment. But no, what we're really going to do is we're going to talk about just Amber Heard. Just one topic. It's been a hell of a week, and I've been just trying to get things back on track. So this show was supposed to be done yesterday. So I'm picking things up now that we fixed the issue. You guys were not even, I wasn't even able to prep it right. But I said, you know what, we got time. We're going to go have some Chinese food a little bit later. So I'm like, let's do it. And who is we? Let me tell you who that is. It's the one and only Miss Joy. Hey, man, how you doing, baby?
I'm good. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too. So this is gonna be quick. Like I said, there was no prep. There was no heads up on whether or not we were even gonna do this. I finally figured out the issue. I got a shadow going on, so I'm learning now that I got the lights positioned in a bad way. I can just take the hat off, like you guys know that I'm bald, and get that glare out of my eye, that shadow out of my eyes. But we're just going to talk about just Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, the news that happened recently that they're back in trial. It's been a couple of days. So before we get into that, Joy, would you mind helping me out and just letting people know a few things that they can do if they want to support the show?
Yes. So before we get started, if you want to listen to our show's podcast, you can find us by searching for Talking Through the Medias or T3 Medias on your favorite podcast service and follow us there. To help support the growth of this channel, you can become a YouTube member for exclusives. You can also help us by sending questions and topics by super chats during our live show or at streamlabs.com/T3Medias/tips.
All right. See, and there you go. Thanks, baby. Thanks for helping me out. See, wasn't that? That seemed very official. That was pretty good. I like that. That was good. So I like it helps me out because I'm always stumbling over the words and whatnot because I haven't committed it to memory yet. But yeah, guys, like I said, if you're catching us during the live show and you're watching us live, you want to send a topic in. We would interrupt the show during the conversation, but only with the support of like a super chat. It helps the growth of the channel and it lets us know what you guys want to talk about, and we'll discuss it right here while we're talking. But like I said, we're going to go real quick, give our thoughts on it. So let's get into it real fast. What is going on? The first topic of the only topic right now tonight. What's going on with that?
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp back in court. So there were opening arguments in the trial of Johnny Depp's $50 million defamation suit against Amber Heard. And it painted two very distinct portraits of the actors and their short-lived marriage. And the March 2019 lawsuit over Heard's late 2018 Washington Post op-ed on domestic violence, where she referred to herself as an abuse survivor. However, Depp claims that Miss Heard is not a victim of domestic abuse. She's a perpetrator.
So I didn't know that this was going to happen so fast, but ever since I posted it on all social media or social media accounts, people all have opinions about this, and it's overwhelmingly, it's like I'm always bumping into just straight up Johnny Depp, loyalists. Like, he can't do anything wrong. He couldn't have done anything wrong. She did some things too, and this and that and the other, and it's all BS. The court of public opinion is going to rectify all of this stuff. I mean, that's fine. But what people keep forgetting is that no one made Johnny Depp sue for a specific thing, for defamation of character. He sued for that specifically, and he lost. The thing that he was suing about was, is he a wife? Like, he didn't like being portrayed as a wife in the court. The onus was on the tabloid to prove. He didn't have to defend him, so he didn't have to prove that he wasn't a wife abuser. It was on the tabloid to prove. The onus was on them, and they did it. Coming back to America, where they're going to have a similar trial, but now the onus is on him to prove that he's not an abuser. So now the defense has precedent that's been set at in the London case, because they've already proved that he is. And I'm not saying that she didn't do anything bad either. I'm just saying that she didn't sue for defamation. He did and lost. And now the onus is on him to prove that he's not a wife abuser, where there's already precedent set that he did do something. So it's going to be very difficult to win this case. The only thing that I'm about on this whole issue is why Amber Heard also didn't equally get in trouble with all this nonsense that's going on. They're both in this messy thing. There's been proof back and forth, or it's been said back and forth that, you know, he did, she did, he said, and she said. It's all messy and back and forth. But he was the only one that got punished. But then it came out that they were looking into punishing her as well. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But what do you think about this whole thing about Johnny Depp? Have you been keeping up with it? What's your thoughts on it? You thinking about it for the podcast? That's the pause of like, how can I say this without
it? Because it's one of those things that I think it's like, I mean, we've heard it time and time again. There's one side, there's the other side, and there's what actually happened in the middle.
Right.
Do I think it's all him? Do I think it's all her? No. I feel pretty safe in saying they were two very toxic people that didn't need to be together, and they probably both did some really ugly things that they shouldn't have done. Does it make either of them right or wrong? I mean, who's to say? We weren't there. I'm just saying, I don't know that you can fully place blame on any one person. I feel pretty safe in saying they were both probably pretty awful to each other.
I think that if it was me, and it just speaks to what's going on with over there at Warner Brothers. If it was me, yeah, I would have laid the punishment down equally. I don't know what the hell was going on as far as when they were looking into Ezra Miller. They ignored that, and it seemed that they were going to ignore this too. But then when Johnny decided to take it one step further and sue for defamation, lost, it seemed like they were going to. Then they were like felt like they had to take action. That's what I thought until, and I'm looking it up right now. I gotta pull the webpage up from the direct. More came out that it did seem like that they were going to also fire or not work with Amber Heard again. And it's interesting to me that there's no other lineups for Amber Heard. Aquaman 2 is the only thing she's pretty much working on right now. So the punishment, it still kind of bugs me that Johnny Depp not only was something pulled away from him, and it's hard for him to get some extra work or any more work after the fact. It just felt like it just wasn't even-handed. And everybody, especially his loyal fans, are like, no, it's not fair. She's the most guilty, this and that and the other, all this stuff. It's not about that. You got to remember, Amber Heard hasn't been, with the thing that Amber Heard is being sued over or countersued over, the divorce proceeding, all that stuff, that all is still ongoing. That's what they're going through right now. But Johnny Depp has officially lost. He is for right now. What is it? 0 for 2. That's 2. He's lost. He's 1-0 right now so far. He's actually lost something. He's lost, and it looks like he's going to lose this one too. He's going to be 0 for 2. And if he loses this one, the question is that it for Johnny Depp? How do you think his career is going to be affected moving forward? Or do you think because of the court of public opinion that Johnny Depp will be all right after this?
It's probably going to take time because you're going to have.
Has this turned you off from being watching any further projects from Johnny Depp?
No, because again, like I said,
that's what I'm getting a lot.
I don't, because I don't feel like it was one-sided and whatever happened was just all him. I feel like they were both toxic people that just
they should just stay the hell away from each other.
Need some anger management, maybe. They need some help. Both of them do. They
bunch of anger. The Court of Moving, one of my favorite movies. He said we can just we can just get some counseling for you guys and get her a bunch of anger management. That was on what's that movie called? Love Stinks with with Bill Bellamy. And I don't know why I feel like that was appropriate. But I'm like, again, I'm trying not to be like mostly everybody else and be like I'm leaning on one side and the other, because every little bit that we're getting right now is only an iota of what's being presented in court and between trials, like with lawyers and whatnot, those private conversations with lawyers. So everybody that has an opinion, you got to realize that you have an opinion based on what little information that you were allowed to have. I'm only on Amber's side. I'm only on Johnny's side based on this sliver of information that you were allowed to have. But do you think what more could there be besides what we've been privy to?
I mean, I think just in general, people seem very hesitant with all the Me Too stuff, people are very hesitant to point a finger solely at a female, because one, we don't want to take away the voice of all the other women who have been severely physically and mentally abused. We don't want them to lose their voice. And we have a hard time still accepting that it is possible for a woman to abuse a man. We have a hard time dealing with that.
It's grossly underreported.
Yes.
The statistics of men and women being verbally and physically abused are pretty close. But if anything, it's probably well underreported with men, because guys don't want to be looked at as weak.
Look at appearances. When people look at the pretty picture, they see a beautiful, sweet-looking lady who
you don't want to turn your back on.
That how could she possibly do anything bad? Yeah. And we do know Johnny Depp to be very eccentric, very, very different, very unusual. So it's easy for people to paint that picture as he's a bit of a weirdo. So yeah, I can see it happening.
I once saw a movie where Johnny Depp had knives on his fingers.
They just see that what they see, and it automatically goes, oh yeah, of course.
It has to be all him, right? It can't. Yeah. And that's why I have the new article. I had multiple articles up, but we don't have time to go over. Guys, it's going to be a quick chat. But the one that really got us together to talk about, this is what I wanted to go further. And this was probably going to be like a 2-hour conversation yesterday, but because of all the problems that happened, it's only going to be a few minutes. So the only article I'm going to talk about is from the Direct. This was the most intriguing, most interesting thing that developed. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial. Let me pull it back up here. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial. DC film boss, was it Walter Hamada? I think his name is. Testifies against the Aquaman star Amber Heard. Testified on behalf of Johnny Depp, and I'll just go into it a little bit more. So, you guys know the ongoing situation between Aquaman star Amber Heard and her ex-husband Johnny Depp has been unraveling for nearly half a decade. Just 13 months after the two were married, in April 2015, Heard filed for a divorce and obtained a temporary restraining order against Depp. Heard alleged that Depp had been both verbal and physically abusive to her throughout their marriage, with Depp claiming that the allegations were due to Heard's receiving negative media attention. Following the divorce filing, flash forward to June 2018, and Depp himself filed a libel case against the Sun for publishing an article that labeled him a wife beater. Shortly following this article, Depp announced that he had been asked to resign from his roles as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, a movie that I still haven't had a chance to watch. And let's see. Shortly after following the article, Depp would lose that libel case. You just mentioned that. Despite cries from Warner Brothers to recast Heard's role as Murph for Aquaman 2, the studio brought her back for the sequel, and that's what pissed everybody off. Because to them, it did not seem fair. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit more. Sorry if it's too small. Depp mentioned to bring her to court once again in early 2019, suing his ex-wife for defamation following her Washington Post op-ed about her history of abusive relationships. Depp claimed that Heard, not him, was a predator, and that constant allegations were an elaborate hoax to generate positive publicity for Heard. And we've seen something similar like that happening, especially with Juicy, right? Like so all of that circulating and going on around at the same time. It was like, maybe there's something to that. Maybe Heard is just playing it up. And then there were, from what I remember, there were a lot of people that testified against her. If I'm not mistaken, even a relative also vouched that, yeah, she can be a bit. There can be a bit. I'll just say it like that. Let me continue on. And the constant allegations were that it was a hoax. This month, the case has been brought to trial in Fairfax County. Go up there. DC film president testifies against Heard. Now here's the part where it gets really interesting. Johnny Depp defamation case against Amber Heard is going on this week. According to the reports from Puck News, president of DC Film Walter Hamada was present for a 3-hour deposition to testify on the subject of Heard's presence in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. While Heard was ultimately brought back for the March 2023 release, her options were initially declined. They originally declined.
They said Momoa didn't get along with her. They had issues between the two of them.
Exactly. So it's like there are witnesses out there who say that she's difficult to work with. She had, this, that, and the other, and it was all mounting on, and that's exactly what the Johnny Depp fan base is hanging on to. It's whataboutism, whether you like it or not. But there's probably some there.
People also don't take as serious
when it happens to a man.
Well, verbal abuse as much as physical.
Right.
But they don't consider that to be the same level. Like if it's all just words, that doesn't seem to be like a big deal.
But they were both being accused of physical.
No, I know, but like talking about like her attitude on set.
Yeah. They don't take it as serious.
People don't take it as serious. She's just a bitch, or she's a diva, or whatever. It's not a big deal. Well, I mean, if the only words that come out of your mouth are negative,
it's a pattern at least.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, the question is, where's the line, Warner Brothers? You don't do anything to Ezra Miller until something else happens. You didn't do anything to Amber Heard, even though it seems like here you wanted to. You did do something to Johnny Depp, and it's the same case. There's no consistency. So this is really a mess that's being left on the doorstep of Discovery, who just bought Warner Brothers. You left this big shitstorm for them to clean up. That's the part that I have a problem with, that I don't think is fair. It's too late now. They've already taken Johnny Depp off. It's too late now. You made the decision to keep Amber Heard on, and she was able to coast through until they've wrapped the Lost Kingdom. It's done.
Unless this is all your theory of people having dirt on people.
I always have that theory.
If she's in the same boat with Ezra and they both know the same dirt behind the scenes, nobody wants the DCEU whatever it is to come out.
because I'll be honest, this same level of support and just blind loyalty to these actors wasn't issued to Ray Fisher when he was raising up concerns about what was going on the set of Justice League. It got to a point where people were starting to treat him like they were treating Jussie Smollett. Oh, you're just mad because your scenes got cut. Your career's not going anywhere. You're not as famous as everybody else. That's why you're just jealous. But it took Buffy the Vampire Slayer to say something for everybody to really start taking, or an actress from them to really start taking it seriously. It's just there's no it took Ezra Miller to get in trouble again for Warner Brothers to start to take it seriously. But when it came to Johnny Depp, they were quick for some reason. And Johnny Depp has at least a track record of proving that he's a bankable person. So if they were going to bank on a person that's a moneymaker for the company, why not Johnny Depp? Why give Amber Heard and Ezra Miller the so much leeway and throw Johnny Depp so fast under the bus? I'm not saying that he didn't deserve to get his stuff taken away from him. I just also feel like all the other people also deserved it equally. And it seemed like, according to Walter Hamada, they were talking about it. They're damn sure not giving her anything more, and they're damn sure not giving Ezra Miller anything more. But it's a bad taste to inflict such swift justice against Depp and not doing it. I don't know, it's a bad taste overall. Let me continue real quick before we wrap this up. So, as heard in Hamada's testimony, because when I see heard, I think that's talking about Amber Heard, lowercase a. As heard in Hamada's testimony, the initial declines was due to chemistry concern with leading man Jason Momoa, what you just said. Issues between Momoa and Heard have been publicly referenced in the past. Despite being brought back, Heard accused Warner Brothers in her 2018 op-ed of reluctantly bringing her back for the sequel due to the ongoing Depp scandal. Quoted here, I don't know who said this, but friends and advisors told me, this is probably from her, I would never work as an actress, that I would be blacklisted. A movie I was attached to recast my role. I had just shot a 2-year campaign as the face of a global fashion brand, and the company dropped me. Questions arose as to whether I, Amber Heard, would be able to keep my role as Mirror in the movies Justice League and Aquaman. Heard's case continued as she claimed she had been the victim of direct financial consequences, which is why she's now suing Johnny Depp for $100 million. If she wins that, and it's likely that she will because of the standard the precedent that was set in the UK, because the onus is up to him to prove that he's not an abuser. Even though lawyers in the UK have proved that there is evidence that he is and found guilty of, because they're just going to lean on that. Oh well, they said they pulled this evidence up that proves that you are. It is likely that she might win this. Heard's current counterclaim to the Team Depp is seeking as much as $100 million. DCU casting woes continues. Unfortunately for the DC Extended Universe 2023 release, this is not the only active controversy, and it goes on to talk about Ezra Miller. Any final, before we move on to the last thing, talking point, what are your thoughts on what's going on with this whole thing?
I mean, I feel like it should, if you were gonna get rid of Depp, you should get rid of all of it. I mean,
the question is, if we could go back in time and fix that and recast. I want to play a little bit of the game. And I don't know why the live stream always gets attacked with these spam ads. That's why I say, guys, please hit the like and the so look, you guys see what's spamming on here, because you guys are saying nothing, so we're getting spammed with all this this hot lava. Let me turn that off now because I can't seem to block them. But the question is, who would you recast Mora with? And I found a website that I pulled it up. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second here, guys, real quick, because there was a place. It was 10 actors. There we go. Who could replace Murray? Thank you, Google, for that website site. Which I found a website that talked about 10 actresses who could replace Mira in the upcoming Aquaman film. This was done like last year, but this was the names that were circulating around. So here's some of the stuff that came up. I was gonna have you read it, but I'll just go back and forth on it. So right off the bat, everybody knows that they want old girl from Game of Thrones. They wanted her to replace, what is her name again? At number 10, actress Emilia Clarke. Everybody wanted Emilia Clarke to play Mira. How do you feel about that?
I mean, she's been in a lot of things. She's great. She has range. She can do a lot. I mean, she led her people or whatever. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but little clips here and there. But she was a leader there, so.
The only problem I have with it is that every movie that she starred in, has not done that good. The other problem is I don't think that would affect this movie made $1 billion without it, so I'm sure it's probably gonna despite what you guys think that I'm not gonna see this movie because of Amber Heard. Most of you guys are lying. Yes, you will. And the sliver of the ones who are committed to not seeing it because of just Amber Heard, even though there's millions of other people, thousands of other people that are involved in this that it can potentially hurt if all of you decide not to see it. Support them. You don't need to support them. Amber Heard has already gotten paid for it. That money is already cashed in her bank account. Support everyone else, the key grip, and the people on set. I think adding her or adding anybody wouldn't affect this. This wouldn't be one of those situations like it was with her other movies, like Terminator, Genesis and stuff. I think this would be an okay fit. I think this would have been perfect fit. But that's just me. But moving on to the next person on the list, Rebecca Ferguson. It says Rebecca Ferguson elevated whatever role she's in and can handle action. Rebecca Ferguson has quietly been making a name for herself, and she's turned in such a remarkable chameleon that can embody any role given to her. Ferguson's intensity is one of the reasons she is able to become one of the most talked about parts of films like Dr. Sleep, Mission Impossible. I've seen her. I remember her from those movies. I liked her in Mission Impossible. I don't know if I could see it above Emilia Clarke, but if you remember Rebecca Ferguson, let me see if I can this quick. If you were playing that game about over Emilia Clarke, what do you think?
I'll still go with Emilia Clarke.
Still go with Emilia Clarke. I agree. She's probably a better actress, but I would probably go with Emilia Clarke over that. And number 8, from Tomb Raider, Alicia Vikander. We're talking about an Oscar winner here. Now, this to me is I would pick Emilia Clarke over Ferguson, but I probably would pick Alicia over here over Emilia Clarke, because you can't go wrong when you're going with a damn Oscar. So the look wise, I'm still leaning more towards Emilia Clarke, but as far as talent wise, I'm gonna go. I would pick her over only because I mean, come on, Oscar winner Alicia. I think that would bring more gravity. I'm even using that word correctly. I don't know. What do you think? Did you watch Tomb Raider? Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
It was good. It was good. I think she did a good job. I can't remember what she won an Oscar for, but she goddamn got it. So that's why I would pick above Emilia Clarke. Moving on, I keep messing up that real quick. Let's go to the next one. What do you think about Karen Gillan?
Oh, okay, from Nebula.
From Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy, and from Jumanji.
I mean, yeah.
Do you like her better? She's their number 7. You like her above all the other, or do you still like Emilia Clarke or anybody else above that? Can you see it? Look at it, side by side.
I mean, I can see her.
But she's a natural redhead. And then, they're just picking natural.
I mean, Amber Heard's not a natural redhead. So.
Right? So what do you think? I kind of look wise and talent wise. I mean, she's been proven multiple franchises. Over Emilia Clarke, above or below Emilia Clarke?
Probably still stick with Emilia Clarke.
Oh, okay, all right.
I just don't. Work-wise, she probably would do it before Emilia Clarke would have been like, yeah, we jump into that.
I would think she wouldn't, because she's already a part of multiple franchises, MCU and Jumanji. But this could solidify her as a franchise queen, though. So. But I would I don't know. It would be a coin. I would kind of, only because it seems like that's the name that of the fans that really want it. They really seem to want Emilia Clarke. But if I was picking, I would pick her over Emilia Clarke. I don't know. I just feel like she would crush it because she's been proven with Nebula. I love her as Nebula. Let's see. Let's move on to the next person. Okay, above that, there you go. Sarah Paulson. Could you see it?
I mean, we know that she knows how to act. That's not the issue. But no.
But in this franchise, could you see it?
No.
I agree. I couldn't see it. I love her as an actress. I love her in everything that I see. And I'm gonna get in trouble saying it.
I was gonna say maybe Mira's mom.
She's too old to play the part. Yeah, she'd be too old.
And she's beautiful. That's not it. Just this is supposed to be.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick her. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. but not for Mira. Not for Mira. Not. Let's see what we got here. What's going on, Craig? You better hit the like button on this video. Move on to the next one. So we agreed on Sarah Paulson. She was there ranked number 6. Christina Hendricks from, what's that TV show called?
I didn't watch it.
Mad Men, and from what's the one where she was like a wannabe thug? What's the TV show? I watched it for a little while. The three women that were.
I know what you're talking about, but it just left my mind.
And there goes, and that proves the point right there. You said the perfect thing. It just left my mind. Nothing against beautiful woman. I loved her in Mad Men. Would not be a good fit for Mira. I don't know why she ranks so high on this website. Would not be a good fit. I couldn't do it. I would not cast. Because I don't know, I just don't feel like it would be a good fit at all, and I feel like they're going for people who are just mostly just all the redheads in Hollywood, but above talent. This is reminding me of the Lucille Ball thing all over it. But like I said, nothing against what the hell was the name of that TV show that it just ended. I
know. I can see all the characters.
I can see all the characters in my head. I watched the first couple episodes of the first couple of seasons, and then I just stopped. I just lost interest in it. But it's forgettable. I don't want. I'm trying not to be mean. So let me move on before I say something that's gonna people are gonna be like, oh, you just don't like that actress. I like her as an actress. I just don't think she's a good fit. Blake Lively.
Yeah,
now you love Blake Lively. I know you like Blake Lively.
She could do it.
You think you would give it to her? Well, they of course they use the picture of her in the water. So we're picturing her in the ocean right here, above Jessica Chastain, above Amelia Clark. You think Blake Lively above?
I think it's fitting for her. She seems like someone who would. Yeah, I definitely could see that.
She to me kind of favors Amber Heard a little bit as far as all the other actresses that's been side by side, and that's why I kept this image side by side with all the other actresses. She looks more like Amber Heard than any of them, or the rest of them so far. She seems to have the same kind of bone structure.
I think she would have been one that people probably would have been like, did they change the actress? Is this the difference?
Yeah, it would have been a situation where like she looks completely the same almost. Got the same look, like eye color and everything. I think that talent and look wise, if you wanted to go with less turbulence, this to me makes my number one, moves up to me my number one. All right, moving on to their number 3, Sophia Turner from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
And X-Men.
No, it's the stupid Blake Lively.
Yeah, no, Blake Lively above that. You can't see it.
I mean, I could see it, but no, Blake Lively would have fit really well into that.
I think after what happened with those X-Men movies, I think that it would be the thing that have taken her out of the running, not a consideration. And I wouldn't want it. I could already hear people losing their minds over it. I'm just surprised that this website that CBR.com, comicbook.com ranked her so high. I don't know. I feel like everything that's been on here has kind of been flipped. Maybe number 10 is a perfect 10, and that's what it's ranking. Like I feel like this countdown is flipped. I don't know why. All right, let me move on to the next one. Eleanor Tomlinson. What was she? I can't remember. The Nevers.
I haven't watched Old Art.
I can't see it. I mean, physically wise, I mean, probably just like Blake Lively, like physically, like it would be one of those situations where if they cast her and then she was on a poster, people like, oh, that might be the same actor. Same thing that also happened with Thor. They had one of his friends, I forgot which character. I think it's the guy who's playing Shazam right now. He was playing one of Thor's friends, and they recast him. And both of those actors, they look so similar that you could hardly tell. It'd be one of those situations. I just don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't have picked her. But maybe I'm not being fair because I can't remember her from anything else. But I'm wondering why she was ranked so high by CBR.com. But moving on to their number one, Dora Ann Wall.
Oh, True Blood.
From True Blood. True Blood Girl. I can't see it. I can't see it. Only why? Only because you guys are used to seeing her as a redhead?
I mean, I liked her, but no. I still stick with Blake Lively. She has that air, the same.
Any chance to give Ryan Reynolds on set, right? That's what you're trying to get. I'm gonna go with you on that. I 100% agree. I think out of everybody on this 10's list, I think it would be my number one would be Blake Lively. My number two would be Amelia Clark. Yeah. What about you? If you had a number one and number two, what do you think?
That'd probably be the same.
You would be Amelia Clark and then
Blake Lively.
And then Blake Lively. Where did I have Blake Lively at? My number three would probably be right here, or maybe she would be my number three. I don't know, only because it's a proven franchise. But definitely no. Man, this is definitely not Blake Lively. Yeah, that would be my top three picks right there. It would be Blake Lively. It would be, was it Jillian? Was it Jillian Saturday? And Alicia. And yeah, Amelia Clark. That's if I was casting. This would be my short list right here. These four ladies. I don't know about you, but if you said it would be between Amelia Clark and Blake Lively. That's your short list right there. I don't know. That's ours. That's how I feel about it. As far as what's going on with this trial, it's the chances of Heard winning is up there. The precedent has already been set. The onus is on Johnny Depp to prove that he is not an abuser when it's already been proven by the tabloid that he is. Not saying that she equally also hasn't done anything, but she didn't sue for defamation, for being called that. She didn't sue for that. He did, and he lost. So, I don't know. At first, I felt like that was what made Warner Brothers make their decision. But now I'm here. But it was what it turned out to be. What really happened was, it was because of all the people who stood up for him, like Zack Snyder. That's what changed. And I think that was a huge mistake. Not setting that dumb ass precedent with Ezra Miller after you punish Johnny Depp made no damn sense. Not punishing all those other people in similar situations. If you're gonna be consistent, that's the point. If you're gonna punish one, you should, in a similar situation, punish them all. If you're not gonna punish somebody, don't punish anybody else. That's just how I feel. I feel like Warner Brothers really gave Discovery a mess. And all I feel is, if there's an Aquaman 3, Amber Heard will not be a part of it, no matter what happens. I think they screwed up. They should have recast them before the second one started. It's too late now, but they're not going to make that. I don't think Discovery's going to make that mistake. What are the chances do you think that Warner Brothers keeps it the same or recast? Do you think they will recast before? If there's after this, if the character Mura is used in anything else, will it be win or lose? Let's say she won this case. Will Warner Brothers use Amber Heard?
I wouldn't. I would think just go ahead. She's not irreplaceable.
Nobody is. I agree. I don't think she will be used. I think they're going to recast it no matter what. They're going to wait for this to be over. They're never going to use the character again, or if they have to, based on the story, they're gonna have it recast, and it's going to be one of these four ladies. guaranteed. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching us. Sorry that we pulled this out of our hat, out of nowhere. We're gonna go out and get something to eat because we are starving. So appreciate you guys for sitting with us for this past 40 minutes. Don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think at all time. Let's keep talking, guys. And until next time, have a happy. Bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and love my bottle bubbling.